Let us try to solve the exercise number 4 in the part B of PowerPoint section. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a presentation for a college project. And they said that there must be a minimum of 5 slides must be there. And there are few conditions that they have said. And one is we must have a master slide, and there must be a comment for each of the slide, and we are supposed to add audio and video to the slide. There must be a header and a footer section, and we are supposed to add source citations. Also, we are supposed to make use of the animation and transition. Apart from this, they said that the slide must have a title slide, a module design, the chart, and references. So many things must be there within the slide. So let's start with the one thing at a time. I'm going to first concentrate on the master slide part, and then we will proceed with it. I have taken the liberty to start the Microsoft PowerPoint, and you know very well by default Microsoft PowerPoint will start with a blank presentation. Otherwise, you can create a blank presentation. Now, there are few problems with the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, and one problem with that is according to the question. Now, this is not a problem with the PowerPoint as such, with respect to the exercise as such. So, with respect to the exercise, if you look at the exercise, what they have said is there must be a header and footer. Now, I am not very sure because I don't remember what happened in 2007 or 2010 or 2013. Now, that older versions, I am not very sure about the older versions of Microsoft PowerPoint. The newer version that I have been using recently does not have a provision for adding the header. So you don't get the header section in the newer version of the PowerPoint. So if you go here to the insert menu, just look at this insert menu, and within this insert menu, if you click on this add header and footer, you will notice that there is only a provision for footer. You don't get a provision for header, but I remember that the older, I think 2007 version also, it had an option to add both the header and footer. Now the newer versions does not have that one. I'm using 2019, and definitely the Office 360, the newer, the latest version that you may have it in your laptop also, does not support that the header section. Now I'm going to add that header section because I want that header section to come in every slide. I want that header to come in every slide. So how to go about that? Definitely, because we want it on every slide, we need to make changes to the slide master. To do that, let's first go to the slide, the view tab here. So I'm going to just click on that view tab, and we have a provision for, let's go over here, for a slide master. So you can see the slide master section, and I'm going to click on that slide master. In this slide master, I'm going to insert my own slide master. Okay, so let me go over here, and I'm going to go here and zoom in for you. So you have insert slide master. This is going to be a new slide master. So I'm going to just click on insert new slide master. You notice that already there is a slide master with all the content here. It's going to replicate, and it's going to create your own slide master for you. That is customized slide master for you. So I'm going to click on insert slide master. Now you notice that it has created one more additional slide master here. So you see one more slide master, and the previous one, that's the default slide master, will be available here. I'm going to edit not this one, the other one, the mine, which it has just created, the second one, and I'm going to add a header section to that. So how do I do that? I'm going to go to the insert, and I'm going to say text box, So add a text box, and I'm going to click abruptly at this point, and I'm going to type my college name. Now the college name, if you're familiar with the college name where I'm teaching, is Dr. G. Shankar Government First Grade College, and so on. So it's a very lengthy name. So I'm going to just reduce it, and I'm going to say that Government Women's First Grade College, Ajarkad, Udupi. Otherwise, it's going to be a very lengthy name. Okay, so I'm going to just make it very short there, and I'm going to just click on this one. And if you notice over here, if you go to the dot circle there, you are going to increase the size, or decrease the size. Okay, now where is it gone there? Okay. But if you go to the border lines there, you see the four-headed arrow. When it is four-headed arrow, I'm going to just slightly move it and just keep it here, okay, so that it comes at one particular column. Okay, so this is going to be my header. They said add a header, and I have added the header. What about the footer? Footer I will add later. So once I have put the header there, I'm going to go to the slide master here, because I'm editing the slide master. I will not touch the other part. You can make something as bold, italic and other things, but my personal suggestion, don't be get fascinated by changing the font size and color and other things. It's not going to work. It's not a advisable thing unless and otherwise you have a good reason for doing that. So I have added, they said that there must be a header, it was not there, and I have added the header. I'm going to go to the slide master here. So I'm going to go here to the slide master, and I'm going to say, after completing this slide master, I'm going to say close this slide master. Okay, so close this slide master. So I'm going to just close this slide master. So my slide master is been created. Okay, now this is my title slide, let it be there. I'm going to go to the next slide. Let's try to add a new slide over here. Now you are given a choice here when you add a new. This part, if you notice over here, this part is the original slide master. This is the one, you notice that custom design is there. This is the one that you have modified. So this will be the one that you have changed, that this is your master slide. So you always select from your master slide. If you select from this master slide, then it will be the default master slide without all the effects that you have added in the master slide. It will come as a plain one. So when you do it, see to it that you select it from the here. This is your master slide, this because it's a custom design. If I click on this custom design, you notice that GWFC and Ajarkad Udupi will come there. Okay, so this is the header which is going to come on every slide, which was not there, I have added. So my first part that they have said is to go for a slide master. I have completed that part. So I went to the slide master and added one thing to the slide master. They didn't say that you added many things, you change the color and other things, they didn't say. So I have added one thing. So I touched the slide master. And let's come back up and let's look at what must be there. So first let's come to this. We are supposed to create a slide for the college project. Okay. And I assume that, let me go to the first slide here. I'm going to click on this first slide. So let me click on this first slide. So that's the one which is here. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to add the title for this, and I'm going to say I'm doing a project on sales analysis. Okay. Some sales analysis, and I'm going to type my name, okay, and my register number, maybe first BCA, and my register number is U05DG. It is 05DG 21S1234 something. Okay, this is my register number. Let's assume that that's my register number, and that part is done. Let's look at the other part now. Let's go to the second slide now. Now second slide, you know very well, whenever you are doing something on the project or anything, you give a roadmap as what are you going to do within the slide. That is usually called as a table of content. So let's add this table of content. So So I'm going to say table of contents. Let's add a few things. What are the things that they have said? I'm going to add strictly what they have said here. They said there must be a title slide. That is done. Then they said there is something called as a module design, and there are charts. Now charts usually come under reports. So when you prepare reports, it's going to come there, and there is going to be references. So I'm not going to add the word charts there, but I'm going to add the word as reports. Okay? Charts generally come under reports. So let's have this module design, and then I'm going to have reports, and I have references. So this is what they have said here. We look at this chart and references. So these are my table of contents. This is my second slide is over. Okay, so let's go and let's add the next slide. So the next slide is, let me click on this new year, and I'm going to add it from the second one, not from the first one. Remember, if you click on here, the first one, this part will not come. The Ajarkard College, that will not come. So I'm using the master slide for doing that. So I think I clicked on the wrong one. Okay. If you click on wrong one, just right click and say delete it. Let's try and let's wait. There is the one. I think now it has shifted here. So you can just see this is the one. This is the sorry. What has happened is Microsoft PowerPoint is a bit intelligent, and what it has done is it has put the custom design first now, and office theme here now. So it just shifted. That is for its convenience. I'm not blaming that, because they just realized that I'm using my custom build template. So they said, okay, go ahead with your custom template. But just see, the thing is, this is your custom design. Always go to the custom design, because you have changed, you customized it. Okay, this is the original default designs that Microsoft Office has. Okay, so let's go ahead to the other part. And what generally we have, so you know very well, any project that you do, you will start with an introduction. That's for sure. Okay. And when you start with the project, some people have the idea of, they start with the famous quotation. So they start with the quotation and then they go ahead with that. So this is their style. I'm not saying that it is wrong. So in the speeches also, sometimes you see when the speeches start, when your principal gives the speech or your teacher gives the speech, they start with the quotation. Maybe Vivekananda quotation, or maybe Mahatma Gandhi quotation, or Abdul Kalam quotation. They start with their quotation, and then, or maybe some other Sanskrit quotation, and then they go ahead with that. Okay, so let me start with a quotation. Now this generally people will do it for a good presentation. They just start with that thing. So I have a quotation that says that most people see what is, okay, and never see what can be. I hope you got the idea. So whenever, as a ordinary person, we see what is there, but we don't see the potential, what can be done with it. Now the question is, with this quotation, was it told by me, or was it told by Mahatma Gandhi, or was it told by somebody else, Donald Trump? Who told this one? So for that we have to add a citation. We have to say that this is not told by me, this is told by somebody else. It is not my words, or it is not my formula, it is not my theory, it is told by somebody else. How do you do that thing? For that you have to add the citation. How do you add the citation? See, this is called as in-text citation. After the text you put a circular bracket, and then you say who told this one. So in this case it was told by Albert Einstein. Okay, so look at here within the bracket, if I write that, okay, it means to say that it was told by Albert Einstein. To highlight it, you can always make it as a bit the italics. Okay, I make it as italics and then just say that it is not by me. Okay, you may have by Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, or Mahatma Gandhi, or any other for that matter. Okay, you know very well. Okay, so this is called as a in-text citation. So this is when you read it, they know that this has been done. And there is another way of putting it is because it is something that was said by him. You can always put it like this. Okay. So within the double quotes, you can say that this is what was told by Albert Einstein. Now I'm going to just reduce the size of this particular text. So from 28, I'm going to just make it as 20 so that it is slightly over to say that this is by someone. Okay. Now, even though I'm supposed to give an introduction for my maybe project, but let's look at the other way of putting the citation. Now let's give one more citation. Remember, if you're doing a presentation, don't overdo these things. So you give one quotation or you quote from somebody else. It's good. Not for every now and then don't start quoting it from other. Too much is too bad. But I am not doing it in this way. My work is to just tell you the different ways in which you can put the quotation. Now I'm going to put one more citation for this. So this is one other quotation. So what he says is the future depends on what you do today. Okay. Now the question is, who has told that? Is it by Manibhushan? No, it is not by me. This was told by a great person, and his name is Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. So I'm going to cite this one. Now one way of putting inline text is inline citation is just put Mahatma Gandhi here. But I'm going to go with the other option here. I will put the number 1 here. Okay. And I'm going to select it. How do you select it? Just use the mouse pointer and select it. Go to this edge here. You see there. Okay, so there is one small down arrow is here. Okay, click on that down arrow, and you selected it. Remember, you selected it. Click on that down arrow, and then make it as a superscript. So it just comes out. Okay, so this is superscript. Okay. Now the question is who has said this one. So 1 you specified. Now if you press enter and type it, everything will come in superscript. Okay. How to remove that superscript is there is many ways in which you can do it. Is you can go here and then say remove this superscript. It will become normal script. Other way around is you select something which is non superscript. Go to this format painter, which is here, and you see that brush there. Click on this brush and just drag it wherever you want it. That part will be in the normal text. It's up to you, whichever you want it. Either you go here, go to this one and remove this superscript option which is available here. Okay, and then start typing it. Now my question is who is that I've already told you. So I'm pressing few enter sign here so that it just goes down at the bottom side. Okay, you can put a text box and do it. It's up to you. Okay, I'm going to go here, okay, and press backspace so that it won't come in bulleted list. If you notice, if I go up, can you see a bulleted list there? Can you see a bullet here? Okay, the dot here. I don't want that dot. How to do that thing? If I don't want that dot, just press backspace. This backspace you have in your keyboard near the enter sign. You have that backspace. When you do that, what happens is that bullet is gone. Okay. Now this was told by, I'm going to use the #1. That means to say that this is the one that I'm referring to. That is number 1 is done by Mahatma Gandhi. So my spelling hopefully Mahatma Gandhi is proper. So this is by Mahatma Gandhi. Now I'm going to just reduce the size as usual because it is a citation. So I'm going to select this one, just click here and drag back, select it, reduce the size of it, and maybe make it as 14 or 16, something like that, a smaller one. Okay, this is one way of doing it. So let me press enter, and if you see that when you type it, it is coming in the which one, superscript. Go here and just remove this superscript from this location, because I don't want that superscript to continue. Okay. Then click OK. Let me add one more quotation for you, and that I'm going to type, because this is given by, not by me, it is given by somebody else. So this is you are very familiar. For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. No, very good. Okay, and I'm going to put dot, and I'm going to put 2 here. This is my second citation that I'm going to use it, and I'm going to select this, select it, go to the this part, this here, go here. Okay, remember it is in the home tab. I'm in the home tab now. Okay, so you must remember that. Go here and make it superscript. Okay, done. Now I want to add the who has said it, you know very well. This is the third law of motion given by Newton. So let's click on here, and I'm going to say this is the second citation. This is the first citation that I put. This will be the second citation. So this is the from the Newton's, let's see, third law of motion. So this is the citation. So I have added the citation, so whichever that I'm referring to. So this is to say that this is not my work, this is somebody else who has done it. Okay, so I'm giving the credit to the person who has said it. In this case, because it's just a PowerPoint presentation, this is a sample presentation, I use the quotation. But generally what happens is, whenever you are using a postulate, or whenever you are using a theorem, or whenever you are using a particular formula, if that formula is not derived by you, if that formula was done by somebody else, or that postulate was given by somebody else, you have to quote and say that this was given by somebody else. Suppose if you add a picture, you have to say that this picture was given by such and such person. Okay, or this picture I have got it from thing, the such a website, or such a book, or some references. This is called as a referencing. You are referencing, and you are giving the due respect to the person who has created that thing. Otherwise you will have copyright problems, and there is a specific law that deals with that. So I won't touch on that particular thing, because it's just a presentation that I'm doing over here. So the exercise that I'm doing over here. So let's assume that this first part is completed. So the introduction, one slide is over. Up to we have by now we have 3 slides with us. So let's go and let's look at the next slide. What we are supposed to do it is, we are supposed to go for a module design. So let me add one more slide over here, and I'm going to create a module. Now when you create a project in the final semester, you will create so-called modules, and in most of the time the project, there will be something called as a customer module, admin module, there will be some module will be there. So I'm going to have a customer module. Okay, now this customer module, what it is going to do. So this is responsible for managing customers, simple as that. Okay, submodule includes, okay, so I'm going to say few submodules. First one, customer registration. Now whenever you create a project, there will be customer registration will be there, wherein customer will create their username, password, address, and so on and so forth. So this is the customer registration. That module will be there. Okay, then the customer must maintain their profile. I think registration, let me right click and then say what is it. Okay, registration. Then I'm going to, what I did was I right clicked on them, and it gave me a spelling mistake, and then I simply corrected it. Then we have this profile management. What is this profile management? Is if you want to change your photograph, if you want to change your address, if you want to change your password, all these things are your profile management. Okay, so this is the profile management. Generally it will be there in most of the project. Then we have a option to manage. Let's say this is an online shopping. If you're doing it online shopping, so you have the module for managing a session. Generally will be there. Session is when you log in, when you log out, what is that you have done within that particular thing, whether there is a session associated with it. You simply go and add an item to the shopping cart, whether that is part of your session. So generally there is if you, when you learn the PHP program or anything kind of thing, you will learn something called as a sessions, how to create a session. If you, I think if you find it too difficult, what is a session or thing, I will just remove this one, and I'm going to say managing shopping cart. So this will be easier, because in the first year you may not know that, but you know what is a shopping cart when you purchase something. Okay, manage a wish list. So you can add it in the wish list. That is future. You're going to buy it, not today. Tomorrow you are going to buy it. You can do that thing. Manage your order. Suppose if you are doing the order, whether that order has been dispatched or whether that order is cancelled or something, or how many orders I have done, the orders I have placed, that you can do. And you can also have manage. Once you have this manage order, you can also have manage returns. Suppose if you have returned an item back, the managing the returns will be there. And naturally we expect the customer to give some feedback for us. So these are some modules which are there. So this is what is they are saying, that you add one module design. So this, you have designed a module for a shopping cart of the customer. So some module will be there. So this is a sales analysis, wherein when you try to do the analysis of the sales, you have to, you know very well, the items are purchased by the customer, and there must be some details about the customer, and this module will help you to do that particular thing. Unless you buy, unless a customer buys some items from your shop, naturally there won't be any sales. So I assume that this module is related with the sales analysis, and that is what is my title. Look at this, my title is regarding that sales analysis. Now let's look at the other part, and let's look at the reports. Okay, this charts that they've said, add the chart. So let's add one more slide. How do you do that? Is click on insert here, new slide. You can go to the insert and also try to add a new slide from here also. It's one and the same because it is directly available in the home folder. I'm directly doing it. So I'm going to say reports. Okay, and here I'm going to add one chart. This is what they have said. They said that add a chart. So I'm going to add a chart there. So let's go ahead, and how do you add a chart? You have to go to the insert. Under this insert, so where is that? My mouse pointer is somewhere. Okay, insert. You have an option to add. You can see my mouse pointer. Okay, it's here. Chart. So insert a chart. So the other option is in the PowerPoint. You have an option directly over here. You can directly click on this insert chart. This and this is one and the same. Instead of searching for them, you can directly get it over here. Just say insert chart. One and the same. You click there, here, one and the same. I'm going to go with the column chart. Okay, I will not go with any other things. Just a column chart is okay for me. And I'm going to click on OK. And here you will be given a small a table wherein you have to enter the details. So I assume that we am talking about a laptop that are being sold. So I want to know how many laptops are being sold. Okay, so let's assume that so we have different types of laptops are there. So which are the different types of laptop you can expect? So you have this student laptops. I'm going to just click here. The student laptops, you know very well, are the very low end laptops which the students are using for their daily work. Then you have the business laptops which are used by the executives. Also we have the laptops that are used by the uh, professionals. Okay, so let's close this one. So let's click on this one and let's say what do I have is the student laptop. I'm going to just say student laptop. Then I'm going to say business laptop. Then I have one more. What else I can have? What did I said? Is the professionals professional laptop, and then we have this gaming laptop. Okay, so different types of laptops will be there. Different categories will be there, and also you have the different companies. So let's say this is HP. Okay. This is a Lenovo, and this maybe Dell or any other your favorite company. If you want, you change this number. Okay, during the examination, I don't like to change that number. Let it be there. 4.85. I don't know what is it. It is there. Some numbers will be there. If you want, you change it. If you want, you make it as 5. Okay. If you want, you make it as 7. If you have a lot of time, you do it. I don't have a lot of time here, so I'm going to just close this one. It is over. Okay, and I will click on this chart title which is available here, chart title. So I'm going to click on this chart title, and I'm going to delete whatever it is typed here. Generally it is typed as chart title, and I'm going to say laptop sales. Done. So I have a chart that is added. With that my count becomes 5. This first one is my definitely the title slide. Then let's go ahead to the next one. Okay, let's add one more slide. I'm going to go to the home, or you can go to the insert, one and the same. Let's close this one, it's not really required. And I'm going to go and add one more slide there. Okay, what is this slide? The last slide that I'm going to add is, where is this one? Is the references. So let's add this references. Okay, so I'm going to say references. Okay, references is when you prepared your project, which are the books that you have referred, or which are the papers that you have referred. If you are referring any research paper, which papers you have referred. Now generally references are added in the form of APA or MLA and many other format are there, IEEE format and other things. They have not specified any format. So I'm going to assume that we are going to use the standard procedure. Then in the standard procedure you just list out your references one after the other. So which was the first book, second book, third book, and so on. So I'm going to go over here and change the bulleted list as 1 2 3 4. So here I'm going to change it as 1 2 3 4. Let it come as 1 2 3 4, not just the bullet. If you click on this bullet, it will come like bullet, but I want it to come like 1 2 3 4. Which are the books that you are referring? So you may not remember all the books, but if you go to your syllabus, in your syllabus under C programming, there will be some books. I think this is not able to read it from my pen drive. Okay, so let's look at that one. So this is not these are very complicated names, but if you go to this C program, you will remember this thing. Okay, if not today, you will remember this one. This book you cannot forget. That is the first book is E. Balaguru Swami. You remember, you have to remember this one. Somehow I had this one. So E. Balaguru Swami, Programming in ANSI C, 7th edition, Tata McGraw Hill. Okay. So I'm going to just copy it because I don't want to type that and waste my time, and as well as your video time there. So this is my first book that I have referred. Let me click here. I think if I paste it here, I think I copied extra thing there. Let me try one more time. I should have been a bit careful. Control C and let me do that. So let me go over here. Where is it? Okay. Can you get it? Okay. Give me some time, and I'm going to copy few things from here and paste it over the other side. So I will try that thing by pausing my video so that you don't have to waste your video on looking at how I'm doing it. Just give me a second. I'm going to copy it to the notepad and then try it. Okay, so I'm going to pause it first and then proceed. So I'm back by copying it. So what I've copied is one is the E. Balaguru Swami, then Cunningham and Riche. This is you have to remember these names are very specific. There is one small mistake here. When I copied it, it should be a comma there. V. Rajaraman and Yashwant Kanetkar. So these are some good books that you can refer while learning about C programming. They are standard, okay, standard books that you can refer. So I assume that for this particular project you have referred all these books. Okay. Few things you must understand is whenever you give the references, you give the name of the person, then the book name or the paper name that you have referring to, and if it is a book, which is the edition of the book and who has published that book, and generally when it was published, year of publication. Now in your references that is not added. In the university reference itself they are not added, so they can't reduce the marks. So I have taken the references are taken. You notice that references are taken from the university syllabus itself, so they can reduce the marks now because they themselves made a mistake of not putting the year of publication, but it's okay. So whenever you give the references, you always remember first you start with the name, then the title of the paper or whatever that you have it, and if it is published under some paper, so like Spinger or any other publication, you write the publication. In this case it is Tata McGraw Hill which is getting published. I think Hill, one L is there, and if there are two authors you generally put comma here, but this I've taken it from them directly from there. So all are comma separated. So these are the references that you have. Okay, done with this. So you have done all these things, but only now what is remaining is they have not stopped at that. They said that we are supposed to, let me come back, slightly go down to the place where I was there. Yeah, slightly here. Before the Excel it was there. Okay, now they said that okay, these things are there. Now they said that we are supposed to add a header and footer and videos and comments. So let's look at this part now. So how do I add the comments? So generally comments are added when the project is going for a review, or when this project is done by more than one person, like one person is doing the typing part, adding the content, other person is adding the graphics part, or other person is formatting and so on. Suppose if I want to give some comments to the other person, like I am typing the content here and somebody else is adding a picture or image to my PowerPoint presentation, you know very well this can be done in online mode. So I can tell the other person by putting a comments and saying that, say you are supposed to add this picture, this is not the image that you are supposed to add, change the image to something else, or this image looks dull or something. You give a comment, you know, you pass a comment. So that is what you are doing it. So how to add the comment? Now they said that add comments for each slides. So you have to add comments to each slide. So we start with the first slide and how to add a comment. It's very simple. You go to the insert menu here. So you have this insert. Can you see there, insert? And under this insert, you click on the comment. And you can add a new comments here. So this is, you can say this is my title slide. So added a comment, and this comment will appear here. Okay, suppose if I close this one, and its comments will be appearing here, and if you click on this, it will appear here. Okay, you can add a new one, or you can even delete it. You see there this thing, you can delete the comments if at all you want to delete it, but they said you add it for all the slides. So let's go to the second one. So let me click on the second slide, and if this is not visible, go here, the comment, insert comment, and you will have it. Let me add a new comment for this slide. Okay, so then I'm going to say this is table of content. Okay, because I have nothing else to be done there, I'm going to say this is table of content. Let me go to the third slide, and if it is not again visible, go to the insert comments, and then add new comments, and then I'm going to say introduction part. Done. Go to the next part, next slide, click on the next slide, add a comment, and I'm going to say analysis part. Okay, sorry, analysis part. Let me go to the next thing, and let me add a comment here, and I'm going to say report section. Finally, you have references. So go to the references part. Okay, and I'm going to say reference section. Done. Generally, in the slide, the next slide that you're going to add is a thank you slide. I'm not going to add that thank you slide because already we have crossed the minimum number. We have 6 slides, and they said that there must be 5 slides, minimum of 5. So we have one extra than the slides. So that's enough. 5 slides are enough for us. We have one extra, that is 6 slides. Now let's look at the next part. We are supposed to add audio and video to this slide. So how do you add audios and videos to your slide? So let me go to the table of content over here, and how to insert a audio to this slide. So you can go to the insert, and you have an option to insert audio and video. You can notice there here. So under the insert menu, under this insert tab, where is my mouse pointer? I'm not getting my mouse pointer. Let's see. Okay, under insert, you have this audio and video. So let's go to the audio, and if you click on down arrow, you get this audio from my PC audio. You can also have record the audio, like I am talking now. I can record that audio and keep that audio. Or if you have the Microsoft 360, that is PowerPoint 360, you have an option to directly get it from the net also. There are additional options are available in the newer version, but this option, 2 options will be available almost in all the versions, or even the older versions you have it. But I am going to get it from the my PC. Now I have 2 audios. One audio and one video section is there. One is the MP3 audio, that is I got it from the stock tunes. So this I got it from stock tunes Unity song. So if you go to the online here, and if you go visit this site, that is stocktune.com, you can search the internet for free audio clips, and you are going to get it. So one I got it from the stock tunes. You can just download it. There are a lot of things are there. Just click on any one of them and just download it. It will download it as MP3. Small MP3 song will be there. So let me double click. This is the clip that I have downloaded, this audio clip that I have downloaded. So let me insert this one. Okay. So I'm going to go to my PowerPoint here, and I'm going to go to the insert, and under insert I'm going to go to the audio here. Under audio I'm going to say audio on my PC, and I'm going to go to the location where my audio files are there. So let me go to the H drive where I have this audio files. So support files are there, and I have this stock tune. Your teacher will provide you during your lab work or during your practical examination. Your teacher will provide you. By the way, whether they provide it or not, most of the computers, that is most of the desktop or PCs that you have in your lab, are not connected to the speakers. So whether they provide it or not, you are not going to hear anything. So, but assume that you are going to add it. Okay, so just add this, insert it to your slide over here. This is how it's going to come. You can go and slightly get it down. I'm going to just get it down so that it won't bother me. So I'm going to just put it here, slightly at this corner. Now you have a lot of options that are available with this one. So if you click on this, can you see there a speaker like thing, it's going to appear here. So if you click on this speaker like, you can increase or decrease the volume. You can also play the sample here. Okay, you can do that thing. Also, if you click on this one, you get an extra menu over here. And that extra menu is with respect to the audio format, and I am not interested. I'm going to go with the next option, that is playback. You get an extra option, playback. Now the playback says when you want to play back. When I click on this icon, I can play back, or I can say under playback, I can say that whenever this slide appears, automatically play it. So start automatically. So you can say start when I click on that, or start automatically. So what is the meaning of saying start automatically is when this slide appears, automatically that particular audio will start playing it. Otherwise I have to go and click on it. So let's go ahead and let's do that thing over here. So I have this first slide now. I'm going to go and I'm going to go to this part. This is much easier. You can also press control, you can press F5 or shift F5 to start directly from there, or you can go and then say a slideshow and then say from the beginning or from the current slide. You can do any, there are a lot of options in which you can do it. So I'm going to go from the beginning. This is my first slide. I'll click and go to the next slide, and you automatically I go to the next slide, that song disappears. Now suppose if you want this songs to be played throughout till the end, then what you are supposed to do. Let me go to this slide here and let me click on this audio here. That clip is there. So can you see there that clip? I'm going to click on this speaker like thing, okay, here. So and I click on it, you get an additional tab here called as playback. And in this playback you have two other checkboxes which are available. One is loop until stopped. That means if this songs, you know very well, the song will, or this particular music will stop after some time. If you want, you can repeat that, loop it continuously so that it will keep on playing the same thing again and again and again. You have also other options like play across the slides. That means to say that once it starts, even if you go to the next slide, this will start playing it. So across the slide, let me just show you that effect. So I selected this play across the slide. So I'm going to start with the first slide over here. I'll go to the slideshow and I'm going to say begin from the beginning. Now because this slide is not activated, you won't hear any song, but the minute I just click here and go to the next slide, you notice that when I click audio will come. If I go to the next slide also, the next slide, I press escape to stop that thing. So you generally, in some cases you may want to have a constant background throughout. In that case you can do it. Otherwise you will just say that go to this audio playback here and you just say that for this slide only. Done with it. So we have added the audio. Then they said one more thing. What is the one more thing that they have said? They said that I also add a video to that particular slide. So again I went to the Google and then search for free videos, and one such site is this one, and that is vectz.com. This is a site wherein you can download the vector images, photos and other, everything is for free. I think most of them are for free. I downloaded, you can search and download many things. So I downloaded one video, and let me show you that thing. Now this is the video that I downloaded it. Okay, so let me stop that thing. I'm going to add this video to my slide. I'm not going to add it to this slide. Let me add it to the introduction slide. So I'm going to add it to the introduction slide here. So I have this slide introduction here, and I'm going to insert that video into this particular slide. So I'm going to click on it, go to the insert tab over here, insert, and the video. This time it is for video. Now again, if you have Office 360, you have additional options which are available in the Office 360, but I'm not using Office 360, so I don't have that option. But add from this device is already there. Even in Office 2007 that option is there. So even in the old version this option will be there. So let me add this device, and I will go to the location where I downloaded it, VectEasy planning the rise field and things. So just click on OK. So this full courtesy to the website which provided me the free video. So this is the video that I'm going to insert it. So when you insert it, that video may come in full screen. So what you have to do is you have to send this video backwards, otherwise only video will appear. So what I'm going to do is, on this video which is available here, just right click and you have an option to send back. So can you see there is an option, just right click and you get an option, send back. So just send this video back so that you can see the content over here. So you have this content, and just I'm going to just resize this one, slightly resize it so that the things will appear properly. Okay, so this is how it's going to appear. So that's enough for me. I'm not going to do much adjustment over here. So that's it. You have a video that is appearing here. Now let's look at the things in action. I will start with the first slide. Go to slideshow. You can press F5 to start it, but I'm going to go, this is my first slide. I will click and go to the next, click and go to the next slide, and you notice that video has not played automatically. You will get a bar like this. Even if you do it in the audio also, you have to click here, then that video will start. Now if you don't want that thing to happen, if you want that video to appear, start playing directly, then what you have to do, I will press escape and come out of this, press escape 2 times. Then I'm going to click on my video here, just click on anywhere in the video. Okay, and you have an option for playback. So same thing, you click on this playback and you have an option when this video has to start. So this video has to start automatically. Automatically means it will continue. Again, in the play in full screen, I'm not going to use it. Loop until end and the other things I'm not going to do it. Just this one is enough for me. So I will start with the first slide, and you can click here also to start your presentation. So here you can see there the toolbar, you have that option. So start the presentation. This is first slide. Click, and you notice that automatically the video along with the content will appear here. Okay, so let me press escape. If you click again, it will go to the next slide and so on and so forth. So this is what they have said. We have completed the next challenge, that is the second challenge. Then they said add header and footer. Header, which was not there, I have added. Let's add the footer to our slides. So I'm going to go here. Any slide is okay for me. I'm going to go to the insert, and under this insert menu you have an option for header and footer. So let's click on the header and footer, and you can have the slide number. Remember, everything will come in the footer, and you can also have the footer. I'm going to say sales analysis. Okay, analysis. I don't want that footer to come in the first slide, that is the title slide. So I'm going to say don't show it in the first slide. Okay, if you want, you can also have the date being added. Okay, then I am going to use this option. What is this option? Is apply to all. Apply means it will apply to only one slide, the current slide. Apply to all means it's going to apply to all the slides. And because I said don't apply to the title side, first slide you won't get the footer. So I'm going to say apply to all. Now you notice that every slide has this option. Anyhow, your header is already there. Okay, every slide has this one except the first slide. So that header and footer section is over. Let's go to the next one. We have already added the source citations. It is done. Make animation and transitions. Okay, so I'm going to add the transition. So let's go to the any slide is okay for me, and you have an option to add the transitions. You have an option to add transition. So let's click on transition. You select any transition of your choice. Anything is okay with you. So I'm going to just say fade. Okay, done. You can say apply to all. Actually it will be applied to all. You don't need to do it. Okay, so if you look at this one now in action, so I have applied the transition. Every slide will appear like this. So click here, click here, click here. You see the transition is being applied. Okay, transitions are being applied. Then we have an option to add the, what is the last one, is the animation. So it's keep on adding for every slide. If you want, you can add it. So first slide, you select it, you select the title. If you want, you can add the transition, the animation. How do you add the animation? You go here to the animation tab here, go to the animation tab here. You just add the animation, maybe anything you can add it. Okay. Go to the next one, select this one. Okay. You have animation, add animation, fly in. Okay, go to the next one, click on this one. You have to select all of them, add the animation. Okay. Anything, float, anything is okay, you can keep on adding. Go to the next one and add the animation. Any animation is okay for me. Okay. Go to the next one. Remember, you can even add the animation even for this one also. It's not that only for this you have to add it. So you have the animation being added. Last one also I'm going to do it is done. So let's start over. So I have applied animation to all of them. Just select it as the item and just add the animations. Click on it, and then if you look at this whole slide now, you can save this slide. Let me first run this slide first. This is first slide. This is the animation. Second, third slide. You can keep on clicking it and you get the options. Fourth slides, and fifth and sixth. Can you see that? That's the end of the slide. So we have done everything what they have asked for. Now it's the time to save it. You go to the file and click on save as. Go to the save as and save it in whichever location that you want to save it, maybe practical or anything. Select it and then save it. Its option is yours. With that, I'm going to just conclude. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next exercise.